Hi everybody. I chose to do the Leo the Rabbit problem for the math task about doing math. It was intriguing. I knew the U-Cubed website because I follow sort of Jill Bowler's work. So I sat down to do it. And at first it seemed kind of not that difficult. Certainly it was a fairly straightforward explanation of the problem. And then I started to work on it. As you can see, although it's flipped, I completely filled this page. And I eventually got to the point after kind of writing down some permutations, I realized that there's a whole lot of options about how many ways the Leo can get up the stairs. So then I realized maybe some kind of a table would be the way to go. And so, and flip the page, I tried different things here, and I still couldn't get it. And by then I was getting really frustrated and kind of anxious. So I went to one of my other favorite tools, Google, and I Googled the answer. And because I needed an explanation, there was nobody in my house to help me who I could talk the problem through with, which is what I would normally do. And so because my frustration was rising, I went to Google and I did find an explanation by a teacher of math, I think a teacher of teachers who teaches how to teach math at the University of Regina. And it was a really good explanation, and I understood how they did it. And they did it with this cool they did use a table in a different way that I did, but I still didn't understand kind of the Fibonacci sequence answer to this. So I sat down and had lunch and stewed on it and got more and more frustrated, and then I actually just sat down and figured it out myself. By drawing multiple sets of stairs and figuring out why the Fibonacci sequence works with this. So that's what I did. And that's how I felt about the task. Frustration leading to determination, leading to resolution. And how it related to that first quote, I would say I used a lot of different resources. It certainly promoted critical thinking. It would have promoted some collaboration. I collaborated with Google. If there'd been anyone to kind of discuss with. And obviously there's different ways of getting to the answer. And so it's a great question. And actually a funny thing is when I typed in answer for this on Google, I got a result that my daughter had typed in the same thing. She's in grade 7. So I found that kind of amusing. Anyway, that's my take on the problem and how it relates back to that original quote. I didn't really feel I could relate it so much to how I defined working on math, because I've been teaching grade 7 math and I've been thinking and kind of reading about it a lot and kind of came up with a similar idea about what it means to work on math as that original quote. So, but what I found most interesting was essentially how anxious ridden and frustrated I got when I couldn't even understand the explanation that somebody used, and I'm not surprised by that. But hopefully through this course, I'll be working on that issue that I have with myself. Thanks.